Yo, what is up everybody? What's going on? DJ Kev here, back at it again with another video, and today I'm gonna try and collaborate both of my lives into one video, because today we are gonna talk healthcare for DJs, especially because we do not have the healthiest lifestyles. And for those of you who don't know me, when I'm not DJing on the weekends, Monday through Friday 9 to 5, I am a board certified advanced practice nurse. My specialty is more so in hematology oncology, but I'm gonna try and help and provide ways that you guys can reduce the chance of ever needing someone like me. And in addition to that, I have my lovely fiance DJ Liv here to help me out in making this, as she is also a board certified APN specializing in primary care and urgent care. Real quick, for those of you who don't know what an APN is or what they can do, I'll tell you. We are mid-level providers able to do our own assessments, make our own diagnoses, prescribe nearly all levels of medications, etc, etc. Me and Liv have been in healthcare for at least about 10 years already, and although I'm only in my second year of DJing, I was still able to see the lifestyle of a DJ in my first year. And as a disclaimer, a lot of this information may not be new to you guys, and this will be very general advice. So for the best advice for you, I would advise you to see a primary care doctor. Now, when I did my primary care rotation, my preceptor said it best. He said dying is easy, suffering is the hardest part. But I don't want to lecture you guys. I just want you guys to stay healthy, stay feeling young, feeling better, decrease your chances of any medical problems, and try to give you ways to stay out of the hospital or ever having to take any long-term medications. So these general tips will help prevent certain medical issues that DJs are at risk for, such as high blood pressure, chronic back pain, stroke, diabetes, heart disease. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first of all, I want to talk about injury prevention and ergonomics. If you guys are using an assistant, utilize them to the fullest. Team lift if you can, keep objects close to your body when lifting, lift with your legs and not your back, even if you're in a rush. Use mobile carts for transport. Do your best to push those carts and not pull the carts if you can. Now, I know these are very obvious tips, but I do have to emphasize them because majority of patients that I see with chronic back pain end up having to consistently come back to the office nearly every 2 weeks to refill their pain medications such as oxycodone, Percocet, Tramadol, or other narcotics. And their chronic back pain typically occurs due to back injuries from poor ergonomics or lifting things improperly, or overworking their body from physical demanding jobs. Just think about how often we are rushing to get out of a gig or an event and just want to lift things up to get out of there. An extra minute or two of your time could save you a lifetime of potential back problems or injuries. Next up, I really want to talk about diet. This is definitely one of the most important topics. Our food choices is how we decide to fuel our body, and unfortunately, if we consistently make poor food choices, we start to get a little too heavy for our bodies, and that's when osteoarthritis can start to kick in sooner than you'd like, and those terrible aches and pains can lead to knee or hip replacements that you could have prevented in the first place. Now, I'm not saying you have to go on a strict diet right away. It just starts with taking away some bad habits.
Smaller portion sizes is the best way to start. So you can eat what you like, just less of it. You should try to eat until you're satisfied, not overstuffed. Remember, being in a calorie deficit is the only way to lose weight. So try to avoid those foods that are high in sodium, high in sugar, carbohydrates, but again, everything in moderation.
Listen guys, no energy drinks. Those really should be for emergency use only, such as once every few months. I mean, they contain 2 times the daily amount of sugar that you need per day. A better alternative is black coffee, since it almost carries no calories and can offer you that same boost of energy. I understand we're always on the run to our next gig. We stop at Wawa or 7-Eleven, we grab the pre-made food, we get some chips, candy, soda. But again, a better alternative to healthy snacking is choosing things like fruit, nuts, yogurt. But basically, when it comes to food, it's always best to cook when you can. That way you can control what goes into your meal. One of the leading causes of heart failure in our country comes from consistently eating fast food or takeout. Now for my wedding DJs, I know you guys are eating really, really good. Cocktail hours have all you can eat aged meats, cheese, carving stations, different pastas, and the dinners consist of buttery steaks, loaded mashed potatoes. However, these meals are meant for the guests that celebrate this occasion once in a while, not 4 times a week. So my suggestion is to just try and eat the protein and vegetables offered at these events. Stay away from the carbs or sugars like the breads, the potatoes, the pastas, and also try to stick with water instead of soda or alcohol at these events. Alcohol can cause your stomach to be inflamed, which leads to bloating, and it can lead us towards wanting to eat more junk food or just more food in general to try and wash down that alcohol.
These tips can prevent certain diseases such as high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and type 2 diabetes. One of the main symptoms of type 2 diabetes is polyuria, or frequent urination. Therefore, you'll find yourself leaving the DJ booth frequently to use the bathroom. And more importantly, uncontrolled type 2 diabetes can lead to numbness and tingling in the legs and feet, also known as neuropathy, poor circulation, and even vision loss. All very important to everyone, of course, but really important if you're a DJ since you need all those senses. Worst case scenario, if you try these methods and nothing is working, or you've plateaued on your weight loss journey, you should see your healthcare provider and possibly talk about weight loss medication. Some of the approved weight loss medications right now are Wegovy and Plenity. Also, Ozempic has an off-label use for weight loss. However, it is really the treatment for type 2 diabetes. So something to consider speaking with your provider about. But as a disclaimer, we don't want you guys to have to take any medication if you don't have to. So diet and exercise is always treatment number one.
So next up, I want to talk about activity level. I know this may be the most tedious one, especially because we already do some heavy lifting with our equipment, but we can also do a little bit more to focus on ways to build up the rest of our body. And honestly, studies show that the best ideal activity level is to incorporate 30 minutes of vigorous exercise at least 5 days a week. And I know that may be overwhelming and too much to start off with.
So again, start with better habits. Walk 10 minutes after dinner. When not unloading or loading equipment, use the stairs instead of the elevator. Or if you have a dog, take your dog for a walk. These small changes will lead to better lifestyle habits.
What really helped me get a kickstart into better habits is to start with calisthenics because it's free. 10 to 15 minutes of a few sets of various push-ups, dips, jumping jacks, or sit-ups are all great ways to keep your heart healthy, build strong bones, speed up your metabolism, and keep your muscles strong to prevent any injury the next time you're loading or unloading any heavy equipment.
So for our next topic, we're going to be talking about hearing. As we all know, we're only born with one set of ears. Within the inner ear, we have what's called the cochlea. The cochlea is responsible for hearing. Loud noises or exposure to loud noises for a long period of time results in damage to the membranes and the cells of the cochlea and cell death. Unfortunately, those cells are unable to be rejuvenated, and once they're dead, which results in permanent hearing loss. Definitely use earplugs if you can, or your in-ear monitors. You might not notice the difference in hearing now, but over time, the hearing loss will become more prominent.
Real quick, I also want to talk about rest and sleep. A lot of us don't sleep well. Sometimes we have 13-hour days, we stay up late, then possibly get up early for the next event, but we have to make sure we let our bodies recover. Sleep at a normal time when you can. If you find that you're always having to take a nap during the day, try to keep yourself busy during the day so you can get a proper sleep at night. Allowing your body to get adequate rest leads to a stronger immune system, decreases your chances of any weight gain, reduces stress, improves your mood or social interactions, and helps you think more clearly. Now, while it's important to keep our bodies physically healthy, our mental health is just as important. A lot of us are first-generation business owners, so we feel that all of our time needs to be spent on sales, or enhancing our company, or working on our set lists. But just like everyone else in the world, you need a day off. Relax your mind off of business or DJing. Always remind yourself to take a day or two to spend with friends or family, or just do other activities that you like to do other than DJing for that day. It sounds unproductive short term, but it really helps out in the long run. Of course, there are always other ways to productively procrastinate, such as going out with your girl and your homies out to a bar or club to see what other music DJs are playing. And during that time, you're able to grab a drink with your friends or loved ones to loosen up a bit. I assure you this will pay off in the long run because you'll be nice and refreshed for your next day of work. But if you ever do find yourself feeling more down than usual or having continuous anxiety, it really does not hurt to seek therapy or see a psychologist, because these mental health care professionals can really help you sort out your thoughts and provide you with healthy coping mechanisms. Alright guys, well there you have it. We can keep giving you general healthcare tips, but honestly the best care plan is a patient-centered care plan. So I do have to recommend that you try and get health insurance, which I know can be tough because a lot of us are small businesses. but I assure you it will be your best long-term investment because health truly is wealth.
Get a primary care doctor to get the best medical advice for you. Get your routine blood work checked. I know it can be scary if a lab value comes back abnormal, but I'm telling you, it's better to do it now than later. You can even do certain things on your own, like monitoring your blood pressure from home. You can buy a cuff off of Amazon pretty cheap, maybe as little as $20. High blood pressure is one of the leading causes of stroke and cardiovascular disease. A normal blood pressure runs around 120/80. Anything higher than 140/90 on 2 separate occasions after normal activity may be reason to contact your doctor.
So stay happy and stay healthy, people. Let me know if you want us to dive further into any of these topics. I really want to try and extend the longevity of not only your careers, but your lives as well. If you guys gained anything at all from this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Keep crushing your events. Love you guys. Peace.